Thank you for agreeing to help me find my father. I don't have much time to talk. I've been told it's no longer safe for me here, so I'm preparing to leave. I can't believe a city that only a few months ago was filled with joy and hope is now a place of fear and suspicion. But perhaps that tells you just how important my father is to this country. You see, Alphonse Lafontaine is much more than just the president. He is the symbol of my people's faith in a brighter future for Grand Chien. Since his abduction, that faith has been shaken. Things like law and justice are fragile concepts here, and the political enemies my father made are already calling for emergency powers to be invoked. I don't know if they are behind the kidnapping, but I am sure they are planning to take advantage of it. The person who took my father calls himself the Measure. I haven't been able to find out who he really is, but everyone knows what he wants. He has demanded the entire Ajani River Valley be given to him. His followers, who call themselves the Legion, have already seized most of it. But he has vowed to execute my father should the government attempt to intervene. I've wired the money you requested. Please, assemble your team and come meet me on Ernier Island at Corazon Santiago's villa. She is the Adonis representative I told you about in my email. Her diamond mining operations can help with additional funding should you need it. My car is here. I have to go. I'll have more details for you when we meet.
Wolf is available, and I love working with him. I'd be so appreciative if you hired him too. Ready and available, as always. Rush.
The foreigners are here! To arms!
Raven here. Ready for the shot. Locked.
To die in the Legion is to have truly lived!
Ron should take lessons from me. That was textbook. Target is in my sights.
Do I look like a magician? Forget it!
Charlene Higgins. Covering in place.
I have the villain in my sights.
Well, it won't hurt me anyway.
Adonis has better health benefits and a retirement plan.
Follow me, or I'll just follow you.
Thank God
that's fine.
you made it. I wanted to warn you, but you were already en route. Legion forces have landed on Ernier. They even tried to attack us here at the villa. I can't imagine what they want with this tiny island.
It is neither Ernie Island nor my villa they want. It is you. Perhaps they think capturing you would make your father more cooperative.
Then I'm sorry I came. I didn't mean to put anyone else in jeopardy.
I really think you should place the blame on the enemy and not on yourself.
I am so grateful to hear you say that. Grand Chien's own government can't do a thing to help. I am reassured by your confidence. Here, please take this as a gesture of my appreciation.
Thank you so much! This is the nicest gift I have ever received for shooting at someone.
You're quite welcome. Now, as to beginning your search, I suppose questioning the Legion soldiers on Ernier about my father would be a good way for you to start. This is Corazon Santiago. She's the director of operations in Grand Chien for the Adonis Corporation. Her people encountered the Legion face to face. She will manage additional funding while you are in the field.
Oh, how nice! This is like having two fairy godmothers!
Hello, it is good to meet you. As Emma said, I will provide you with a cut of the proceeds from the Adonis diamond mines to help fund your mission as you liberate each one from Legion control.
As long as I don't have to do any cavity searches for loose diamonds, I'm in.
If I am being completely honest, this would not be the first time I have liberated diamonds.
But first things first. The Legion has overrun the island, capturing the town and the old fortress. Liberating the town is essential to securing transport to the mainland, but securing the whole island will ensure you have a good base of operations. Additionally, the locals may be appreciative and give useful intel.
The hell we waiting for? Let's start cracking skulls!
Good luck. Corazon and I will be keeping in touch via radio.
Hey!
Activities in my city, or I will be forced to impose economic sanctions on you.
Hi, Wire here. Looks like he is just doing his job at the moment.
You friends. May I call you that? I am so sorry for being
I am also glad that this time it was you, not Corazon's bodyguards, who rescued me. You have helped preserve our heritage, something I doubt they care of. This very building those Legion barbarians damaged is an important part of Grand Chien's past. This is where the independence of our country was proclaimed by General Chien himself. Back before the Legion kidnapped my father, I was trying to convince Governor Le Pangouin to turn it into a museum of the Ajani. He is a good and honest person. Or at least his heart is in the right place. I know I can count on him. After all, he supported my father and he helped me find money to hire you. This region is not only rich in resources, it is also the cradle of civilization in this part of the world. It saddens me to see if you happen to find it. Oh, I cannot exactly pay for them. Since the museum doesn't technically exist just yet, I cannot get any funding for acquiring artifacts. I am counting on your goodwill. But as the President's daughter, and PR representative as well as secretary, I have a certain amount of influence. If I can show my people that you are helping our country to restore its pride and dignity, I could convince them to join the militia. You could then assign them to where they are needed. As part of his election campaign, my father pledged he would revise the concessions to foreign corporations, such as Adonis. I was so desperate to save my father that I fooled myself into believing that Corazon Santiago would honestly be willing to help us.
It is not your fault. She enchanted you. You need to brew tea of frog eggs, toadstools, and cinnamon. That should break her spell.
Now it seems that she was just using both me and you to regain control of the diamond mine, all the while plotting with reactionary forces in the military to overthrow my father's administration. If what Beef Abscott told you is true, it seems the measure was employed by Corazon to seize the diamond mines and create turmoil, so the government would think they still needed Adonis' help. Unfortunately for her, the measure had other ideas. The measure is still a mystery. It seems like everyone has heard of him, but no one has any idea who he is or what he hopes to accomplish by kidnapping my father. He appeared out of thin air only recently and created the Patriotic Legion. From what few details I've gathered about him, it doesn't seem like he's a native of Grand Chien. Before he kidnapped my father, he took the diamond mines from Adonis. But he doesn't seem to care about the money. He lets his warlords spend it and do as they please. I don't even know for sure where he can be found. Some say the highlands, others point to Camp du Crocodile in the swamps. Apparently she planned all of this. I have information about major construction projects completed by her order at the old Ernier fort. She had it all done while you were searching for my father. I believe she may be using it as her headquarters now. If you want her, that's where you'll need to go, but be careful. Who knows what kind of trap she may spring on you. Find my father before.
The place where you told me.
Let's have a chat first. There is some... Great job, boys. I really enjoyed the performance. I wish I could have trained my Legion to be half as impressive, but those dummies couldn't even shoot the goddamn president.
I am not a boy.
Honestly, I didn't really care. Idealists like... Besides, I wanted to see if I could boost my boys' morale. They really hated that guy. I thought if they killed him, they might feel powerful enough to kill you. The name's Spike Scallion, formerly of AIM. Just a merc like you, only less delusional. I became the Major when I decided to stop.
Have you considered being a puppeteer? You can yank little puppets around on strings.
You see, I first came here as just a merc with a contract. Your amiga, Corazon, hired me to destabilize the region and take some of those sweet diamond mines. I went right to work. My Legion may not be the best military force there is, but it did the job. My deal was with Corazon. It was all off the books. I seized the mines, and I told her where she could stick that idea. And that's when she got stupid. Hired Biff Apscott. Then you AIM mercs showed up, and my Legion proved to be no match. Of course, I've still got the contract. The wording is purposefully vague, but along with some correspondence I kept, it'll sound... I don't know what gave you that idea. He was always a poor excuse.
I have to admit, I do agree with your point.
Go right ahead. I'm done with them. I tried my best to make an army out of them, but they're a bunch of losers. Go ahead and kill the rest if you want. I won't stop you. They don't deserve to live any more than that.
This is why I like to move around a lot. There's so much less you have to answer for if you don't keep a permanent address.
Go on, then.
Thank you, soldiers. That was an amazing display of tactical skill and courage. At ease, soldiers. You did a great job. I had faith the High Command was organizing a strike team to come find me. It seems my faith was not misplaced. Congratulations on the quality of your disguise. You look more like mercenaries than commandos. I admit I cannot guess to which division you belong. Please, show me your... Yes. This is not the first time I have been shot at. Back in those days, I had a gun in my hand, but it's like a memory from another life now. Nevertheless, an old soldier's reflexes never die. Of course. I was CEO of the Grand Chien Special Forces Brigade, rank of colonel. Me and my boys ended the Civil War when we refused to follow unlawful orders, and instead we fought to overthrow the bloody communist regime. Then we laid down our weapons, and I answered in court for insubordination. Even luckily, free elections were being held, and the new government pardoned me. I ran for president, and the rest... mercenaries. But why? I overheard people talking in camp about Colonel Fashaw entering the valley with a lot of soldiers. I assumed he was coming to free me and restore order. Emma hired you? But of course, the government is too divided. She had to be the one to organize the rescue mission. God knows what she must have gone through. Fashaw is a traitor? That explains a lot, and it suggests much more, none of it good. The right wing wants to line their pockets by selling Grand Chien resources to the highest bidder, and the army will answer to whomever pays them the most. When I was abducted, both groups must have seen an opportunity to accomplish their goals. Well, it is clear what I have to do. If I don't act quickly, this country may descend into another bloody civil war. I must.
Well, Fasho is about to find out how much I don't appreciate people saying bad.
No, I believe he was working for himself. He had his private army, and he was de facto ruler of the Ajani. I studied him, and I got to know him a little. If he had any plan. Thank you again for your help. I wish you luck getting out of this mess. Fasho is using you to legitimize his actions. I will uncover his plot as best as I can. Farewell, soldiers.
An enchanted item! Something to help us on our quest, perhaps? All right.
Thoughts responsible for that mess Emma and Fasho have dragged you into. Clearly they are using you in their dirty little game. I will help you get out of it. Money, passports, anything. There is no need for any more violence. Is he? Very well. This is all his fault. He gassed all those innocent people just to frame you. This country is too wicked and chaotic to do business. If you let me leave, I will do everything in my power to help you clear your name.
I do not mean to offend, but your power does not seem very impressive right now.
No? Well, of course not. That would just frighten people in nearby towns, wouldn't it? I merely assumed it must have been gas. That would be the most practical way to eliminate a lot of people at once.
Miss, sometimes I do not know when is the right time to stop talking. I can see that you have the same problem.
I'm disappointed. I expected you to be a better liar.
What is this? A mercenary contract with Spike Scallion? No, this is not my signature. I never signed a contract with the Major. It is a well-known fact that the Major's real name is Spike Scallion.
Actually, no. After several hours of database hacking, I did not find any connection between the former AIM mercenary and the so-called Major. Only his most recent employer would know. I guess that's you.
Of course it is. You're mercenaries, right? You work for money. Look, I can pay you all enough to take a nice long vacation until I straighten things out for you. You fully deserve it, don't you think?
That's the first thing you're saying that appears to be true.
You can lay low for some time, and when this unfortunate business is forgotten, you will have lots of other contracts. I know a certain company that would want to hire a team with your talents.
And here we go again with the lies.
All right, There is no need for any more violence. I said I am willing to cooperate. What do you want of me? Of course. I will share all the details I know. I trust you will find this information useful enough to let me go unharmed. I have been in contact with Colonel Fauchot, who planned a coup against his own president, the father of your friend Emma Lafontaine. He promised to grant me exclusive access to the diamond mining in the valley in exchange for financial support. But I swear I didn't know he was planning to kill those people in order to frame you. Here is my copy of the contract I signed with him. Please, let me go. Yes, I will. I don't want to be involved in any of this.
Communication, but I've been busy putting out fires. Your actions helped shape the changes that are happening in my country, and you certainly deserve a full report. Thanks to you, Father came back to the capital just in time to prevent the military coup. Without Colonel Fauchot, the battalion commanders who intended to join him instead attempted to flee the country. My father made certain they did not. We are still having trouble restoring order to the Ajani region. When you killed the Major, his legion turned him into a symbol of resistance, wearing t-shirts and tattoos of his face, burning villages in his memory. The army is making steady progress towards destroying legion units, but it will be some time until the Major's evil influence has been completely eradicated. Grand Chien has suffered not just from the fighting, but also from the red rabies epidemic. This horrible disease has spread all over the country, and there are reports of outbreaks all over the world. The WHO has officially labeled it a pandemic, and is issuing confusing and often contradictory safety recommendations every other day. In the meantime, people are dying. Of course, none of this is your fault. I blame myself for focusing entirely on my father and Grand Chien. I did not even notice there was a worldwide threat until it was too late. Speaking of health risks, I was alarmed to discover that someone had been experimenting on my people with combat drugs. It seems that those reckless people in Landsbach have created some kind of biolaboratory dedicated to making super soldiers. Of course, it was not a problem you were ever expected to solve. Still, I wish you were here. I can't think of anyone better to deal with super soldiers than you. One bright spot to emerge from the darkness of the Ajani hostilities is the marriage of Maman Lilian and Mr. Chimurenga. It has made many people very happy. The two of them are already organizing the next Pantagruel Carnival celebrations, and they plan to turn it into a world-class event. There will be drinks, dance, fireworks, and the honor guard of female red maki to keep the peace. I think you would like their uniforms. They are very eye-catching. But enough talking about our troubles. I heard that a very peculiar green diamond called Pride of the Ajani was auctioned for $55 million. I am livid. That diamond is an important part of my people's history. It belongs in the Grand Chien Museum. But my attention is being called elsewhere, my friend. Let me just say one last thing. I learned that Corazon Santiago faced trial, but there wasn't enough evidence to expose her. She deserves to rot in prison for her involvement in the war crimes she pinned on you. I can only imagine what a blow to your reputation that is for you. I'm sure that the truth will eventually be revealed. I'll do what I can to help. Until then, you have my best wishes. Au revoir.
Overtime wasn't approved for this job, so I'm headed home to play with my dogs.